Hello, wherever you are in the world. This is Kirik in New Zealand, waiting to start a new episode of Microtopia. This is our third stream, and last time we managed to get over to the desert island and started automating this mess. And yes, I know it's a complete mess, and it will be for some time until we can get to the concrete core. But the concrete core also takes special second level tech, which are these yellow diamond points, which come after, I think after you get ironwork ants. So we need to do all of this before we can start really tidying everything up, putting things on grids, getting a concrete core, concrete flooring down, and making everything look a lot nicer. I can do it nicer as it is, but it's much easier to wait until you get that full concrete grounding set up. So we will do that. So what we're trying to do today is increase this area, complete all these items. So start trying to use digger ants on the desert island to get glass. We might start setting this up, although it's going to take things that we can't do at the moment because it will need light bulbs and concrete and wire. So we need to finish off this section in order to get this going, which will then give us access to the jungle island, which again will add more complication. But I think, you know, getting these bits down, the foundry facility set up, will help get all this working. So that's what we're going to do today. But the first thing we're going to do today is a little trick I saw on a friend's Wally's stream, and basically last time we're having huge amounts of problems coming back here all the time, finding that ants have arrived at the upgrade stations holding things, and he did a wonderful thing which I had not thought of, which was using the stockpile gates to make sure that these processes were not active as long as were only active as long as this stockpile was not full. So what I'm going to try and duplicate that. So I have to double check that what I'm doing, but basically we need to remove this and use trails a stockpile gate, which is this one. So use a stockpile gate first, and then after that you have the counter gate of 2. So this again is 2. So you would connect that to this one, and it's got 153 in it at the moment. So you only want to make sure that it's these little stockpiles store 160. So it's almost full. So you want to say here, enter if the stockpile contains less than, say, 120. I think that will do. And then I can move the ants off here. That one's off to die. Oops. Make him drop that. So now it won't go in there unless that drops. And we're using them to make the drones. So it will drop, but until then it will not add any ants to that line, which means that that will be a much better use of those lines. So we've got to do the same for, what's this one? This is that's the I can move that to, where is it? That one, and fill that back up with all these ones. So that's now full again. But again, we want to do the same thing for here. We don't want that to be full. We don't want that one to be full either. And we don't want this one to be full either. So, you know, again, we'll have to do the same thing with these ones. So I'm going to go around and set those ones up in the same way as we did just here. So let's get this done here. So it's going to need a stockpile gate first. No, that one. Stockpile gate. Then the counter gate. And it's only one anyway, so link that to here. And if the stockpile contains less than 120, I think 120 is a good number, gives you a 40 item breather space. That should do that one. And I'll let that one carry on for the moment. The same will go for here, although this one is less likely to fill up, I think, because it takes a lot longer to make these iron plates. So let's go to the gate, and then the counter gate. Oops. Assign it to here. If it's less than 120, it will carry on. Fantastic. So that's that one done. And we probably want to do the same here. We still have 3 ants on it, but I'm going to remove that just a little bit and recreate that line. So stockpile gate, counter gate to there, and that's going to be 3. And link that one to here. And again, if it's more than 120, and it has 41, so it will carry on. I might just okay, well there we go. Maybe what I will do is send that over to there, move that over here, move that over here, and change that assignation to this one. Because we did fill it up. The only ones I'm not going to worry about are the energy pod ones, because we need them to be full all the time, and we're using all of them, so we don't really want to waste too much time with those ones. I'm just going to add extra stops here and do a dot there, and hopefully I can add that, or maybe put that over here as well, so we can get that as well, and that can keep that full. Yeah, so that's applying that. Yes, is there any more we need to update? That's doing that. That's stopped for the moment. That's good. That's not going through. Might want to do it for this one. Yeah, we'll do it for that one. So let's do the same here. Fabric we will be using, but we just don't want to have too much of it. Ah. Three. And assign it to there if it's less than 120. Perfect, there we go. And I'll just move this around a little bit so they will start gathering again if necessary. There we go. There we go. That should do it. And how many we got on there? 83, so that should be fine. Oh. Now that's not working. Oh, I think, yes, that's what we did as well. have a little bypass like this. So if they get stuck, they can come back again. That's it. Perfect. That now hopefully means we won't have to worry too much about stockpiles getting overflowing and blocking these upgrade paths. Whilst I'm here, let's just make sure these are full. Perfect, and take the points. There we go. Okay, any tech that we can get right now? Counter end, not really that interested in. Not that interested in that one. Nothing really. I might just leave it for the moment, but I will start putting this down. This actually takes concrete, light bulbs, green energy pods, level 2, and wire. So I may actually set this up on the second island, and hopefully we can work on that now. We have some of the items. Excellent. Okay, so we need to start thinking about how this is all working as well. Do I need to set up the same things to stop this from getting too full? Yes. So let's do that before we get started on everything. So, stockpile gate and counter gate. Two on there, and a little bypass. Oops. In case it's full. This one also needs to, and I need to set that to link it to here. And again, less than 120. This one again, the same thing. Stockpile gate, counter gate, so that to 2. Link that to that stockpile, and if that's less than 120, that's that one. Which one? What's happening over here? What's this one doing? That one's doing wire. Yes, so I want the same over here. I forgot to do the bypass on that one. I might just make a bit more space. There we go. Stockpile gate, counter gate, and then that. So that's just one. That's fine. Assign to there if it's less than 120. Which it is at the moment, and then we can do this. Anything else? That's just gathering that. Just move that over like that. Those are stockpiling that. I can also shrink that down a little bit. One on each of those is fine. We're clearing up the space, which makes it a bit easier to work in. Okay, this needs to be sorted as well. We can do the same for here. So, where's that coming from? It's coming from, well, that's going there. Where's that one come from? That's come from over there. Okay, so this needs to be stockpile gate, counter gate, just the one as well. Link that to here, and if it's less than 120, and bypass back onto the line. That one, where's that one going? That's okay, we don't worry too much about that. That, pardon me, just need to send these out every now and then. Where is it? Here. That's that one. We can send that to here, and that should keep those clear for the moment. These are green energy orbs and wire. Those are, why was I taking them back to the other side? I was taking them back to the other side for some reason. Why was I bringing them back here? Well, that's to feed the queen. Not entirely sure why I was bringing those back. Maybe I was setting up a recycler here. Maybe. Can I do that? No, only one. Okay. No, I need to do that as well. How many are in here? 160. Yes, I think I must have been trying to set up a recycler for this island as well. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to put that. So let's just stick it down for the moment, see if we can get all the items. We're missing concrete. And concrete's getting done on this island, I think, isn't it? I've not even started concrete production. Well, there you go. That'll explain it. Okay. Looks like we're having a little trouble with ants, not getting enough of them. So I do need to set up one of these, I think, which is a machine for creating digger ants. I'm going to change that to, digger ants, which needs screws. And every now and then I'm going to set up a digger ant, so I'm going to use a timer gate. Here, and set it to every every 3 minutes. I don't want too many of them. And then I'm going to send those over here and get some digging of this going. So 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. We want to stockpile, and then some trails. So we're going to do from here to here. Oh no, sorry. Here to here. Divider lines. It's going to go to here, 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 and here. And then these lines are going to come back here and go there. And then an old trail, come from here and go somewhere, which is when I've got the recycler set up, which I need concrete for. So I might just delete that just for the moment and come back to that. Remind me, everyone. Okay, so I thought it changed. Oh, 180. 180, please. Okay, and then that comes from here. And that should get that going. At least that's 3 to start off with. And then I have space up here, so I need to do some smelting of that. Which means smelting, which is production. Let's do a couple of those. And they're going to be doing concrete. We will have let's put the stockpile down first, because we'll need that. And okay, so we will have a divider trail that goes from here to there and to there. That goes from there to there. That comes back here. That goes here and comes back there. With an elder trail coming from... Oh, I needed to do this slightly differently. So that needs to come here. And then the old trail comes out from here. Okay, so stockpile gate. And then a counter gate. Make that 2. And that's going to come in here and into there. 2. And then this side to that stockpile, so if it's less than 120, then go in, and we should start to see some concrete being made. Oh, the other thing, of course, place the dispenser. There we go. That should get that started. Fantastic. So we have diggers on this island, right? Yes, we have diggers doing concrete over here. And that's going to here. Aha, that's the one we need to get going as well. So we need to do the same here. Stockpile gate. Counter gate. Set to 1 and assign to the stockpile if it contains less than 120. Fantastic, that's good. And null trail from there back. Oh, place. That's that one, that's that one, that's that one. That's iron, that's fine. Excellent, seems to be working. Just need a few more ants to be upgraded. Okay, let's change that to that again, and I can move that to here. Okay, that's getting that, that's getting that. We're not getting the glass yet, but we're getting the green energy pods, level 2 energy pods, that's good. And we're slowly upgrading again, so things are going well, that's good. So, half an hour of sorting out mistakes of last time. But I think we're now in a better position than we were before. Now, what we need to do is try and get some of these through here to the glass, and I'm trying to get rid of this one, I think, really, and that's really what's going to happen first, I think. Otherwise it's a long way round to get to there. Long trip. I've got one with because I've only just set it up, it's now not working properly. So there we go, that's better. And over here, how are we doing over here? Any problems? Yep, send to here. Get these ones to drop their stuff. What I need to set up, I think, is a little line here. Upgrade that and see if I can fit in a rubbish bin. Can I put that there? Yes, maybe, yeah. Which means that anything coming from here will be dropped. That needs to, well, it's now full, so people won't be added onto it anymore, but we can drop that and I can send that back to the line. To stop that from happening. And I'm going to change the dispenser to target that again. There we go, that's better. And the other line is coming from where, oh, they want that one as well, so we also want to put a little trail here. Just, I think, will it work? No, it just has to be a little trail. So if these come back with any pods, then they will also not do that. And this one again, I need the same here. Oh, it's got one on there already, that's fine. So we're collecting from there, we're collecting from there. Any other Energy pod issues. No, I think we should be fine then. I can get that one, that's fantastic. That means all of those are full then. And we're sending everything to here. That's now going to there. And that one's supplying that one. Okay, we can delete that one. Send that to here. So they're mining that, that's good. We have how many on there? That's probably about enough, that's good. Send that to, where is that being made? There we go, there. Okay, and can delete that one. Removing the surplus stockpiles is good. Less mess around the place, that's good. Okay, that's coming in here, that's coming in there, that's going there. That's getting made slowly. And we need to collect 50 pieces of glass. Can we? Are there any actual stockpiles? That needs mining. That could be hauling. We could do a hauling trail. Maybe we get some from there. There's some over there. Not a huge amount of glass here. As usual, it's always the same. There's just a limited amount just to get you going and keep you interested. Now let's see. Those are coming through. That's being upgraded to that. We don't really have the ants on this line to do it. So I might send off one every 5 minutes. Let's do a timer gate and try and send one off. Have to go a long way round. So I don't want to waste too many because he's not coming back. Timer gate. I'll do it at the end, which is the last thing. Be the last things to get done after everything else has been filled. So every 300 seconds, that's 5 minutes. Is that set to 300 seconds? Yep. I think the quickest way there we go. Got 3 minutes left. At least we can get started on collecting glass. I mean, that doesn't have 50 pieces of glass in it, which is a shame. Oh, there is another one in there. Oh no, that's mining. One round there. You have to come around here to get the others. Can't even get to these ones. Right, so they're coming through. That's coming there. That will at least get that started. Okay, that's finished. Let's get rid of that one. Don't need that one. Okay, send all that there. That's finished as well. There's some more to come from down here. Let's just... Okay, that will do that. Just to keep that topped off. I don't think we need that so much. Let's move that out of the way. Don't need that. Let's keep this stocked up on this island. We are getting them here. It's coming through slowly. That's good. And we're getting some glass. Fantastic. And we need to do the 50 pieces of glass to get the glass and the light bulbs. Awesome. 107. Let's see. Oh. Oh. How did you get in there? Where did you come from? That should be dropping in there. Are you not dropping it? No, you are. That's good. That's dropping in there. Let's just make sure. Oh, we need to... Okay, and then you need to do the same. Although I may possibly swap them around. Let's delete it because we don't need to worry about it. We have the sort of the waste being recycled, so we may as well have them stocked up. That can come back here. Anything other? No, that's it. Cool. We will eventually have to gather all the plants up, but hopefully once we get concrete we can concrete the whole floor and have all the plants in one spot, because they will regrow if you leave them a space for them. Okay, so we're progressing. We're getting the glass going here. We need to try and get more digger ants around over here. And I think well, that one's doing that nicely. I might only have that one ant do that because I think he might take the whole pile out. So I might just cancel that. And I think I'm going to change I'm going to change this to go here. And change this to go that way. So I'm making ants. Let's put a dot in somewhere. Let's try. So any new ones are going to go around and start digging this side. Whilst we do have some, or maybe what I can do is I'll do it like that. So half will go one way, half will go the other way. Well, that stockpile's full anyway, so do I want to do it that way? We've got where's concrete being done? Where's concrete being done? Somewhere on this island it is, isn't it? Ah yeah, here. I've only got one doing it though. Let's try and upgrade that to a couple, at least. That's a better place for it, I think. And let's try a third one. Let's see. Yeah, that'll do. I can come here. That can come in here. We can have like that. Comes back to here and goes back to there. That goes back to there. That goes back to there. We have the old gate coming from here. Joining that. That comes here. And that becomes 3. And hopefully that will then mean that that will start going down a bit because we'll be using more of it. That's good. That's okay, and glass. Anyone over here? And the glass just arriving. We'll be holding glass, not that. What? Damn it. Okay, there's no space for it. In which case, then we just need a temporary one for that. Done. There you go. That's. Oh, I don't know where it went now. It's glass. That's that. Okay, delete it then. It did go somewhere after all. So hopefully we'll just now have less on each side, but we'll still be doing what needs to be done. Excellent, that's good. And we'll start processing all the concrete. Which one is the one that's supplying? It is that one. So we can do that one. And that one can go over here. Okay, we're getting more set up, we're getting things done. We started to get glass from the deposits and we're collecting almost 50 glass. I didn't quite manage to finish that. We're going 12 left. Maybe if I send one ant that direction. How old are each of these? That one, let's come. Send one more that way. Sorry mate, it's a suicide mission, but it's got to be done. Let's go and top up some of these. That's what I wanted, that's good. We can obviously get these whilst I think about it, just to get them out of the way. And that one as well. Oh. We can't really do this just yet. We don't need them right yet at the moment, but we will need them in the future. We could do that. And we could get that. Let's get that one. And what does it take to make a concrete facility progression? 50 concrete. We've got 12. Well, at least it's used for the concrete. And we do need to have them for progression, so I need to put one on here. We need three on each island, 3 on different islands. So that needs another 30. And that needs another 35. But we're making them, so it shouldn't take too long. I'm not using the concrete for anything else right now. What else is in here? Yeah, the facility. We have a facility, and the facility takes glass, which we don't have yet. But we can't make glass until we finish doing this, getting 50 pieces of glass in a stockpile, which I think we should do very soon. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's complete. So now we can come in here and get glass and the large stockpile, but we need a few more points for that. And light bulbs is also something which will be very useful. We need that one as well. Oops, going to scrolling out the wrong way. So I think we need to leave those just for a moment and try and concentrate on this. What happened here? What? Oh, you got... Huh. Where'd you get that from? Ah, that one, yes, of course. Let's transfer that to this stockpile, I think it is. Yeah. And to this stockpile. There we go, that's better. Get some more inventor ants going. Constant need for energy pods. It should be keeping up. That's feeding that one. Cool. This is all set up. Let's see, is there any real need for us to use this here? The only place I can think that we really need to use it is here. And if there's an old ant here, they can come through to here and be recycled. So we need a couple of stockpiles here for the fabric and the metals, and maybe a third one in case there's something else. And we'll have the trail from here to there, go through and back again. And I'm going to take one from here. And old gate from there to there. Might just set up a new one down here as well. Just to keep that flowing and get all this tidied up. There's a little bit of loose iron still left to gather, especially up in this area. So once these are done, that's where they'll move over here to go there, get those ones. No, I'm just going to leave that. Let's have a look over here. That one's done. Okay, I'll move all those over here. And you can stay there. Actually, maybe I've got enough time to come down here. Let's see if you can make it. If you can make it, you can make it. That'd be great. May not happen. But we're just about getting enough for the larger ants to keep us going here, which is good. And how many have we got over here? There's 2 going, which is fine, and 2 going here. I think we're doing okay with that. And we're keeping on top of the concrete that's coming in. The concrete monument, where did I put it? I can't even see where it is. There it is. Oops, wrong one. So it's getting there. Once that one's done, we'll start transporting more of the concrete back to the other side of the other world. I set this up here because there's lots of iron and copper here which we needed to get going, and it was relatively close to all this, but possibly I could have come over here and started this direction where there's a bit more space around it. Now if I was doing it again, that's probably what I would do, but for now that's coming through okay. So we got those. Now I need to start thinking about getting copper. I could, there's one there. Let's just think about this for a second. Let's put a no, I can't do it. There's only space for one there. I thought that would be a good spot for it. Nope, don't want that one. Okay. Very tight squeeze there. Let's see if I can get that in there. Or is there a better place? I mean, where is there more copper? There's this one down here. There's that one there. We need to mine copper from a mineable source, and that's a mineable source. I think that's the best one currently. Let's see if I can fit this in. It's going to be very, very tight. They're going to come to that works. Just. And I don't need an old gate, so we're going to do a third one. Oops. And it's going to come this way. Whew. Yeah, very tight. Need to come in and clear this area out. That's metals, that's metals. So again, less go into each of these things, but that's fine. I want that to be scrap copper. Oh, you got scrap copper on you. Is that full? Yes, it's full, obviously. Let's just make a second one. Or can I do this? 100. I haven't quite got 100. Do I have enough points to get the large stockpile? Not quite. You've only got a short life left. You're going to die. You're going to just send you that way. Going to get you done. I might. I'll try. See what happens. We don't have any ants. What's happened? Oh. Well, that's a bad thing. Didn't realise that we're all getting scrunched up. Probably the wrong way round. It probably should be. Like that, rather than that one. I did think about that earlier, but and all the lines were emptying out. Need you to go there. At least get one on that one. That's slightly better anyway. In which case then you're probably not going to survive. This will slowly repopulate. Where's that? I know, I'll leave that for the moment. This needs concrete. Oh, we're making concrete because we've got concrete being done on this island as well. Yeah. It's cool. All this looks to be working nicely. That one's completed. Let's get all these little loose ones. so where can we send those ones next? Is there anything nearby? No, it's down there. There's some in here, which we could send them that way instead. So instead of sending them this way, let's see. Let's get rid of this line. Send you there already. And we'll send that line off that way. Those can all go there. This over here, and I may just leave you on it because but I only want you to do hauling, don't want you to do foraging, so definitely need a no. Okay, and then you can go on that one. That's all I want you to do. Perfect. There we go. Excellent. The lines have refilled. Brilliant. Let's see if we can get that. I might as well make that too. Okay. We're getting there slowly. We're getting the copper. Just. We're still getting concrete. And we're still getting glass. Perfect. We have ants still coming in here. We still have these lines filled, which is good, and a spare one. Someone's got an extra bit of yes, okay. Do I have a spare? No. Let's put a spare one down then. Stop that from happening, but at least clear up the island. That's what we want to do. Excellent. Now we've done that. Perfect. That allows us to get to these lovely ones, which are digger ants we can change. Oh, we can't do it until we get the upgrade. Fine. Okay. Here I was all getting all hopeful, but we want that one for sure. Which means I will do this over here. I will set down a large stockpile there, and I'll set down a large stockpile here. I will send those to here. I'll send those to here. Those to here. I'll change that to this. And that to this, and which one is it? That one I will change to this, and I will delete that, and delete that, and delete that. Oops. Move that into place here, and the same with this one. Excellent. That's good. That's working. That's what we need. I'm not entirely sure this one's keeping up. I think it's going down. Whereas this one's going up. I might just put a separate old gate here. So first of all, a carry gate. No, carry gate. Halfway round. So if you're carrying nothing, if you're not carrying anything, go in. And then if you're old, you can come this way and go that way. There we go. Just means that the old ones can get out quicker and have more time to get back. Right, okay, so that's going, this is going. We've got one of the concrete things done. That's on this one. Fantastic. Now I can start sending concrete blocks here. Oh, don't need to because I'm making concrete blocks on the other island, so actually let's delete that. And on this island it's going, that's almost done, that's 2, that's fine. I forgot almost that we're making concrete from here. So what are we looking at next? Light bulbs, yes, we can do light bulbs in a minute. We shall start giving access to pod workers, which would be quite nice over on the other island. It could mean that we'll stop sending ants over to the other island, but I think we still need them for diggers. That's that, that's that, that's that. That we can't do. So I need to start working on the jungle island. Let's see if we can get the jungle island thing done. I placed it down over here, and we're only missing the light bulbs, so we do need to go and get the research for light bulbs, which is 50. So let's just get the research done. Then we can start smelting glass and turning them into light bulbs. Ah yes, we just finished that concrete monument. So we've got 2 out of 3. We just need to get the one on the jungle island, and that then we complete that section. There we go. That's what we need. So light bulb and pod worker empty. We need at least, I think, another 100. Oh, we've got to another hour. We've got a nuptial flight running. So now we need to turn this mess into something a little bit more organised. Can't wait for concrete. Okay. Let's think. Okay, so that's coming in with those. That's coming with that. That's getting done. I think we've just about got enough digger ants. I think that's pretty good for what we're doing at the moment. We're getting those over there, those over here, and some copper. Oh, so what have we done? We created 625 small worker ant and repurposed 596 of them. 21 died. Well, that's sort of understandable. It's not too bad. Most of those got turned into 264 worker ants. That's of which 211 have been repurposed into drones and inventor ants, and we made 68 small digger ants. That's not doing too badly. I think we're utilising everything fairly well, and the upgrade paths are appropriate. But now the idea, I think, is now we need to start thinking about glass. That's coming from here. Okay, let's just think about that one. Let's just let's set that down to 0 for 1 second. And I'm going to move this over there. Let's see if I can do that without interrupting too much. Let's get rid of that. Okay, let's come this way a bit. Okay, and then we can also have the old gate coming out there, coming there, and just joining onto there. Fantastic. That gets that sorted, and we can put that over there, and even that over there. Brilliant, and that starts clearing this area out. And then we can put that back up to 3. Excellent. There we go. Okay. So yes, I was trying to think of glass. space to smelt glass. Let's see, can we do that? I don't want to have put one of those there, but we can clear it out. Let's see if we can do a little bit of glass making here. Let's do that right back here. Have a storage here. And your place a dispenser here. And we're going to do a similar system as we've done before. So we're going to do a storage chop pile gate. Comes this way and then goes that way. We're going to have a counter gate, which will be there. And we're going to have this going from there to there and back again. And that can come in here with an old gate that comes out there. So this needs a target, and if it has less than, I think I'm going to leave it at 30 because we don't ever want glass to be too high because it's quite a meager resource around here. So let's keep it at 30, and that should be okay. So that's that. Did I get actual? Yes, I did get the light bulbs. So I need to do those as well. Let's get some more of these done. That's full and that one's empty, so let's just do that transfer because we need to keep the queen fed. And if that's getting more, then that's good. So we may get less inventor points for now, but the queen will be fed, and that's always good. We're still gathering up the points part 2 actually. If I do that, then we can get those ones as well. Any others we're missing? There we go. Some more out here as well, but we don't want to get the line too long. Those are close. That's not getting any. That's not getting any. They take a long time to mature, so you do need a large patch with a large number of ants on it. Okay, but that's going okay. That's good. What are the achievements we need to worry about? We need to get concrete on 3 different islands, reveal the jungle island, any other targets? No, those are the only targets at the moment. So basically what we need to do is make light bulbs, and light bulbs are made here. And it just takes glass, but it takes 3 glass. So I need to find a place to do this, and we're sort of running a little bit out of ants available to do it. But let's see if we can squeeze in one more. The glasses come from here. Oops, no. Place dispenser. And the trail's going to be just like this. Okay. Again, I think it's going to be one of the last ones on the line. So we're going to have another counter gate system. A stockpile gate system, I mean. So that's going to come here and back that way. Counter gate of 1, and that's going to come here. And then this is going to come out here. Where is this all going? Is it going to... No, it's not going to there. It can come this way though. So that's going to come to the stockpile. And that's just to make sure that's made glass, yes. But this is only we're only going to say less than 10. We don't want any more than that really. As I say, glass is a very limited source, so we don't want to waste things when we don't need it. So this is a way of keeping it as low as I can, I think. But we need, how many for this jungle one? We need 10, so it's not going to take too long for us to get that. And then we can have a look at the next island, which is the jungle island. So that's going, that's still got a fair amount in there. And then we can move to these two at least, which is good. And there's one more out there. Let's keep the tech points coming. See, that's already stored itself up a bit more. The queen's a hungry beast, but we do need to keep her supplied, so we could increase, we could have another one here, but I think if I was going to do anything, it would be just to have another one helping to keep them all this supplied and keeping this stocked up as well. So let's do another counter gate. Let's put a little one in here, last thing before everything else. And that will be 2. And yeah, and then we will put this here. That's all coming to that one, so yes, we can put it just directly into there. So that should only be filled when there's a need. Because she's giving enough, I believe, just about. Yeah. We don't necessarily need 2 at the moment, but we could do with 2 eventually, and they will support that. How are we doing here? We've done 3 light bulbs. Oh, I was going to do... Oh, what's that one? Let's delete it. See, it's now down to 120, so when it goes below that, we should be able to, we should see some ants go in there and start making an extra set of copper cubes. Yep. So now it's down to 119. There go 2 ants. And they will start to... So it's still 119. That ant goes in, but goes round because there's already 2. So, and now it's back over to 120, and now no ants will go into that queue. Fantastic. But they'll keep adding onto the pile, and I don't think they'll make 40 in the time, so that will be perfect. Rubble. Well, the rubble's going down. We may remove one of those. I think we might just drop it to 2. And I will remove that one. Okay, fantastic. There we go. Alright, they're getting full. Don't have a spare one, so I could change that to a large stockpile. Let's do a large stockpile. And change that to there. Delete that one. And move that into its place. Perfect. I think that's going to... It had a lot less problems with people blocking up things because they're carrying things, so that was a very nice way of doing things. Thanks, Wally. To say thank you again for that. Yes, there we go. What happened there? Oh, I forgot to actually delete all of those. Okay. That was a mistake. That's better, that's good. Oh, and we do have someone with some... How did that happen? Ah, they lasted too long. Okay, so we only need to drop the number of people on that. I think that needs to just change to be 1. Yeah. Because otherwise there's too many. Yep, that'll do. Right, that's better. Excellent. So, how are we doing with light bulbs? Are we done? Oh, no, wrong place. There we go. Nearly. Oh, last one. Last one. There we go. That's the last one. Let's have a look. And there's the jungle island, and it's split into two. Typical. Let's have a quick look at this island. Let's see. So this has got lots and lots of fibre on it. It has places with resin, which we'll need to get to. It also has somewhere these things, which has a lot of all these things put together, which is our alternative source of glass. And there's a few of them, and also gold. But there's also one other item on this island, which is also very nice. There's usually a patch of them somewhere. Here they are. Yes, they're all here, which is all quite nicely located together, which is good. So these are these produce energy pods, but at a lot quicker rate than the other ones. If you look, after 11 seconds, they're all fairly quick to produce. So it's actually quite a good source of the level 2 pods, energy pods. So we need to come over here and grab all of those. And try not to destroy them. But that's all over there in that corner, out of the way, which is a long way from where we need to be. Excuse me. Okay. So, I've got, where are we then? We have just completed, what was it? The land bridge. There we go. No, it's not that one. Reveal the jungle island. There we go. And reach the population of 100, which we've done. Gives us the factory. It gives, oh, they feed 30 energy pods 2s to the queen, which we've done. And mine 500 pieces of scrap iron. Mine. So we haven't even started mining scrap iron. But we're getting ever closer to this iron worker ant. We're nearly there. So we need to add these things in, I think. Excellent. So we've revealed the jungle island. That was a fantastic feat. We've tidied up this area. That doesn't have any... Where was... Oh. I thought I'd done that. No. The wrong one. Sorry. Change it back. That's right. We've sorted out this area. We're getting a lot less ants with carrying stuff trying to enter to be upgraded, which is good. That's so much easier. The energy pods need to be looked at every now and then, but we now have large stockpiles. We've mined concrete, we've mined copper, we've mined glass, we've got light bulbs going, and we're clearing out this area and making a bit of space for ourselves. And the mess, as I say, hopefully will get resolved once we get the concrete foundations. And so I think that's a good place to finish for today. We've achieved quite a lot, and I'm very happy with the progress, if just not the look of all the trails. So thank you very much for watching. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a very good morning, afternoon, evening, and we'll see you next time with Microtopia.